Hello everyone, and welcome back to Destiny 2. Now, right off the bat, I want to say I am a bit under the weather right now, so if I sound a little off, or if there's a little bit of sniffles, coughing, whatever, I do apologize. It's something I can't exactly help right now. I'll do my best to minimize them for the foreseeable future while I am still a bit sick. That being said, it is another week in Destiny, which means we are 2 weeks until Witch Queen. So there is some important news. You'll be given this screen right as soon as you log in, which is some of the stuff that will be going away with the launch of Witch Queen. And of course, Bungie has full lists of documents of what will be leaving us as soon as Witch Queen launches. All the things going into the vault, and some things just no longer being available anymore because of the way seasons are working nowadays. So, that being said, if you would like to catch up on those to make sure you're not missing anything before they go away for the foreseeable future, I'd recommend that everyone check these articles that Bungie is providing, or find a video regarding the same topic. On that same note, when you also log in, you'll be given a note. It is boosted Vanguard reputation right now, so if you need to boost the Vanguard reputation ranks before the end of the season is up, run some strikes, because now is the time to do it. Find a fire team, grind on some nightfalls, or just hit the Heroic Strike playlist before they get turned into Vanguard operations. Now, in the world of Destiny, there's a few things I wanted to cover. First off, with Crucible, it is Clash active, and unless we get lucky with whatever is the last mode, I'm pretty sure whatever is last, or whatever is last, is not going to be one of the things for the Crucible challenges. So if you missed out on a few of those, you're out of luck for the season, because usually these quest triumphs that come by, the seasonal challenges, they usually the ones that don't have to do with the main thing themselves, like this one, just because it's XP and Bright Dust, those don't matter. But something like what would have been the top up here that rewarded relevant ranking up for the seasonal vendor and that sort of thing, like right here, that, oh wait, no, that doesn't count, but you know what I mean. There's a few of these challenges that are required to progress in the season, but I don't even think these are staying, because I don't think that this season's actually staying post Witch Queen. That being said, moving into Vanguard, speaking of things going away, it is the Hallowed Lair this time around, so second to last week is the most difficult, probably this season, next to maybe Corrupted, but that's been nerfed a few times. Now, it works. It is a Scorn Strike where Scorn Stalkers, aka Scorn Dregs, will spawn mini screens out of them. They are annoying if you're not used to them, but manageable. As well as Overload Unstoppable Champions, Unstoppable Abominations, and Overload Chieftains that can come in all three varieties of shield totems. So, with Grandmaster modifiers, the usual match game, equipment lock, extinguish, and limited revise, mob champions and chaff for no radar, as well as the Fanatic Zeal where incoming stasis and splash damage is increased. Now, that's a weird one just because the only thing that has stasis in this strike are the Ravagers, because they have stasis crystals now, even if they are just plain threes. But splash damage is the important one, as there are several things doing splash damage there. If you finish the strike, you have a shot, at least in terms of Grandmaster, at the Adept, Comedian, and Shadow Price. Now, because of what's rotating in and out, they've already told us that some weapons will be cycling in and out of their rotations. Of the Nightfall loot, we're losing Swarm, Uzume, Hung Jury, and Shadow Price. So, while you'll be able to get Comedians next season with the launch of Witch Queen, you won't be able to get any more Shadow Prices. So I recommend that if you want a roll on this Arc Vertical Frame auto rifle that has some pretty handy rolls for PvE and PvP, that you get on that now, because it's the last week it will be available for any known amount of time. It could be a whole 2 seasons before, or it could at least be a full season before it gets rotated back into rotation. That being said as well, next week is going to be a Hung Jury Hothead, so on the same note, I do believe that'll be the last week we can get our hands on a pair of Hung Juries. But at the same time, I think everything else that I've mentioned, Uzume, Swarm, those are gone for now. So, moving on for that, there's nothing new with Gambit either, and in the Legends, this will likely stick around for a long time. But if you wish to run Master and aim for resilience-focused armor, it is the Ensemble's Refrain Atheon Challenge. So it is as well, Time Lost has Vengeance available for all of you who want to take a crack at it. Now, throughout the world as well, speaking of raids, we have on Europa the Agility Simulation, the Asterion Eclipse Zone with the Warrior Empire Hunt, As well as it rotating all the way back to the start for the Red Rover challenge, because last week was Taniks. Red Rover, basically, you have to 3-phase it. Everyone has to participate in the operator role. More in-depth videos are around if you need an explanation better. In On the Moon as well for the Garden of Salvation raid. It is to the top challenge, which I always forget which ones are which. Now, going out throughout the world as well. Oh, wait, I forgot one more thing that I forgot to check. And that is the 30th anniversary stuff. For Eternity, or Dares of Eternity specifically, the rotation for the Legend Modified version are Taken and Cabal, with the final round of Zydron. If you keep pressing all the wrong buttons. With the final round of Zydron for the Legend mode. So if you wish to grind it out, hunting for the rock still, or maxing out or anything, there is options there, as well as Taken and Cabal if you need those for your triumphs. Oh, melee units have increased health. I thought that might have been like meleeing things for return health or something. But moving into the world, and now there isn't much more, nothing spectacular on Ada's side just because of what I've seen. But as well, checking Banshee, there was one ringer that I'd recommend people get their hands on, and that is coming up. Now, False Promises, Subsistence, Sympathetic Arsenal. This one is kind of one of those roles that will kind of counteract each other, just because Subsistence reloads the weapon you're holding. At the same time, it's not a manual reload, so Sympathetic Arsenal doesn't trigger. If you try to get Sympathetic Arsenal, you're making waste of Subsistence and all that. Cold Denial, Feeding Frenzy, Eye of the Storm, High Cal. This is a pretty solid PvP role as well. Full bore for all the range, High Cal for even more range, and a Masterwork for a little bit of stability to add it back. Now, Hollow Words, this is a good PvE role. Charge time, Liquid Coils, Lead from Gold for ammo, Vorpal for power. Granted, it is precision and not rapid fire, so it might be a bit slower than Cartesian. It's hard to say whether or not this would actually compete. Although, as well, we'll be losing Particle Deconstruction soon, so maybe not base all your builds around fusion rifles in the coming months. Now, as well, the Decide, a rapid fire shotgun, Appendage Mag, Full Choke, pretty good option. Surplus Wellspring. Good for abilities, but it's not 1-2 punch, so it's not going to be one of those Synthecept rolls. Now, the God tier thing is this: Temptation's Hook, Vorpal, as well as Relentless Strikes for boosts. As well, I thought there was going to be Swordmaster's Guard up here. This is rated as S+. Then again, there isn't many options with Sword, but it is actually no, not even. I have no idea why this is marked as S+. All these options aren't the best that you could have. But although Relentless Strikes in Vorpal Weapon is a good option for a caster frame sword. As well as the 7 Seraph Saw, if you are at all interested in Warmind Cell build, excuse me, this is a powerful option for it. Now, Clown Cartridge Opening Shot is not the best overall PvE role, but it is a role to get you started, and comparable barrel and mag perks to match. Now, that is everything available at Reset, and there was a Bungie Vidoc that came out. I will be giving the most basic and brief explanations of everything they talk about. Now, there's some good juicy things, but it's a 20-minute, it's almost 20 minutes worth of them talking about what's coming to Destiny. So everyone else is making their full breakdowns. I'm just going to give it the 1-2 so you know some of the best things that are coming. That being said, my name is Matt Scorpion. This has been the Reset Update, and I will see you in the next video.